the time, they're just part of the family, except at meal times.
After all, when it comes to nutrition,
their needs are different to ours.
For me, by feeding them pedigree chum every day,
I'm giving them the best.
They're fit, healthy, full of life.
and stamina.
That's pedigree chum, isn't it?
Pedigree chum. Top Irish breeders recommend it.
Back for more Dairy Gold.
He promised me 3 years ago, almost to the day, that he'd perform in Belfast, and he's kept his word. Let's give a big Northern Ireland welcome to the biggest selling solo artist in history, Garth Brooks. Garth, great to see you. Great to see you. Can I say, Garth, on behalf of all your fans, thanks for keeping your promise.
Oh.
You made it here and you kept it. It took a little while in getting you here. It was hard to fit in, but you are here.
Yeah.
I think we should start with a song. What do you think?
Start with a song?
I think
Just
so,
jump
yes.
right in?
Yes, why don't
All right,
we?
then let's do that.
You've picked one out, have you?
No, but I will by the time we...
All right, well, I'll go off and I'll talk to you later then.
Deal. You're awfully quiet.
No, a dream is like a river, ever changing as it flows, and the dreamer's just a vessel that must follow where it goes, trying to learn from what's behind you, and never knowing what's in store makes each day a constant battle just to stay between the shores. I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky. I'll never reach my destination if I never try. So I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. There's bound to be rough water, and I know I'll take some falls, but with a good Lord as my captain, I can make it through them all. And I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. You know these waters are my sky. I'll never reach my destination if I never try. So I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. So I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry.
It's truly great to welcome you back to the Kelly studio.
It's truly great to be here, and you said I kept my word. Truthfully, I came back to do myself a favor. I'm having fun.
How are the Belfast crowds comparing to the Dublin crowds? Can you compare them?
I think they're exactly the same. It's a guaranteed good time, and I'm very superstitious, so the guys that know me know I would never say that with 3 shows left. But truthfully, it's a guaranteed good time. You know you're going to have a great time here.
And you see no difference between the northern audience and the southern audience?
Not at all, and you know, if that offends people, then I understand it. But from a guy that's from outside looking in, sweet people, great people to play for, and God, can they sing, all of them on pitch, and very loudly, too.
Last night, I believe they just took over a couple of the songs. You didn't sing a word last night.
I ended up paying for my own ticket last night, they say so much.
Just to see yourself. You've been touring the world now for what, something like 32 months. It was difficult to fit Belfast in on this tour, wasn't it? Even though you did promise.
Well, yeah, and one of the difficulties was the fact that we needed Belfast to come down for the filming in Croke Park. So we used a lot of this audience down there as well. So the last thing we want to do is burn out a market. So it took us a long time to get it placed back up here. So hopefully we'd have something new, and the new thing that we had between now and then was Sevens, the new album, and then the new live album coming, which actually last night for the first time we did a piece off of it as well.
I want to talk about that later. Because of your connections with Oklahoma and because of the bombing in Oklahoma, some people here expected that you might visit Oma. Have you been thinking about that since you've come?
The thing that I really want to get across here is the fact that we've come here because it's a great city to play, not because of what it's been through. We come here as brothers. We come here as people in love with the city. But the last thing I want people to think this is some kind of peace mission or some kind of hero mission. It's not at all. I'm around people that I love. I'm around people that seem to love the music, which is why I'm here. And that's what I want Belfast to know more than anything when we leave here. We came because it's a great city, not because right now it's going through some hard times.
And you'll decide yourself if you're going to go or not. That's entirely up to you personally.
Yeah,
if you want to go. You don't want the world's entourage press running after you, filming you everywhere you go.
So you'll know I never went to the Murray Building in Oklahoma City.
You
I
didn't
just
go
never
there?
did. I lived 12 minutes from there, but just never could go because one of the problems we have with our press and one of the problems we have with human beings is we focus largely on the bad things and not enough on the good things. And there's a lot of great stories out there that are never covered because it's just not going to bring any attention to anything. So seeing those kind of bad things, they're not something that I'm going to forget. So I don't need to go see it to share that grief. And I really want to focus on the good things, which last night and the night before, those 2 hours were the good things.
Your visit to Belfast is a good thing.
Thank you very much.
This is coming out. This is what we're going to see. This is coming out on Monday, isn't it? Tuesday?
Yeah, it should be, well, it should be early as Sunday night here, I think.
Sunday night after the concert.
Yeah, midnight. Mm-hmm.
Now, this was done, it's double live, and this was done with the help of a few of your fans.
It's done with the people. It's of the reviews so far that we're getting, the thing that I love best about the reviews is they're saying this is the most audience-oriented live album because there's times where you can hear the audience and can't hear Garth, which is the way I like it, you know. And I'm very proud of how they showed up for this.
And this was done over your concerts over how many years?
Over 8 years, but only 3 of the songs are before this 3-year world tour. So Ireland is very well represented on there. I won't tell you which ones, but it ain't going to be hard to pick out.
I meant to ask you that. You always talk about Garth as if he was someone else entirely.
Well, Garth is not me. I mean, when you talk about, you know, the largest selling solo act, that's not me. I mean, there's people that I have been with for the entirety of the career. Those people are Garth. You know, it's a team effort and a group effort, and you know, all things good that happen to me, I have to thank God for, and not claiming that God wants to be part of the Garth team, but definitely God is responsible for all the good things that happens to Garth. So to refer to Garth as someone else makes sense to me, because if I say I did this and I did that, I'm sorry, I can't believe that. There's a lot of things that if I did it, my career would have been over, you know, but there was a lot of things done by other people. Alan Reynolds, probably, to name one, the producer, he's the guy that found songs for us that I didn't want to cut, songs like The Dance, songs like Friends in Low Places. So these were songs that he loved, that I didn't know about. There was a song of ours that I had got to write, that I tried to get everyone else to cut because I didn't know if I should cut it, and it was called If Tomorrow Never Comes. So, you know, again, if it was just Garth's deal, I don't think Garth would be sitting here today.
You're off after Sunday. You head back to L.A. You have a date with Jay Leno.
Not a date. I'm just going to go on a show.
Well,
yeah, thanks. No one was supposed to know the other part.
With this, you're trying to break another record, aren't you? What are you hoping for in first day sales?
Well, I'm not. Walmart in the United States have claimed that they can sell 1 million of those units in one day.
1 million.
So my job is to now help them make that goal. They're the ones that shot their mouths off and said they could do it. So now my job is to support them. And like I said in the press conference, if they pull it off, they'll be the second happiest person, you know, on the planet.
You shut your mouth off too at the start of this decade. You set a few goals for yourself, didn't you? Give me a few of the goals, and then give me the one that you'd never thought would ever happen.
Well, the first goal was to hear our stuff on the radio. That was my first goal. I would have loved to have seen one of those gold records on the wall. And I would like to have won an award, say Entertainer of the Year. Well, thanks to God and the people, in the first 2 years I had those goals in my hand. And I kind of wandered around aimlessly because I found out in '92 that I was a guy that needed goals to keep moving forward. If not, I'd just kind of waste a lot of time and just wander around. So I set more goals for us as a team. And then I set one goal that would never be achieved, so we'd always have something out in front of us. And that was the Michael Jackson goal of 100 million units in a decade. And I set it out there, and never thinking that it would be reached. And now the people and God have brought us to the doorstep of that. So we'll see how close we get.
And the doorstep at the moment is something like 97 million, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're not
it's
counting.
close.
You're not counting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is those that count, and apparently it's 97 million, and you still have a year and a bit to go to reach it. I think that is just truly phenomenal. I can't even take it in.
Thanks for it.
Last time we spoke, Garth, Central Park in New York hadn't even happened.
Right.
Now, you weren't too sure what was going to happen there yourself. Reports put the crowd at somewhere between 250,000 and 1 million, 1.2 million actually. What do you remember of the night?
I hate to say this because it's going to show you just how unprofessional I am. I remember nothing from that night. I was so scared. I was scared no one would show up, and then when they did show up, I got 10 times as scared then. And I made a decision that the first time that the cameras saw this face, seeing that crowd, was going to be on live TV. That was stupid. That was very stupid, because when I looked up and I saw that crowd, and it just went on for as far as you could see, my whole face just went white from about right here down and just got real numb. And I don't remember anything else. I remember singing American Pie with Don McLean, which was the last song of the evening. And that was it. I don't remember anything in between, except I can hear, in my mind, I can hear New York singing unanswered prayers. That's the only thing I can remember. So I was, I should have peaked.
Can the Garth Brooks phenomenon get any bigger?
I can gain more weight. That's what I mean. I think it just goes, and where it goes is where I must follow it. And if it is just something bigger, then so be it. If it's something smaller, then hopefully quality is the word that's within it. I would love to do an acoustic tour where it's just a few vocals, maybe some percussion, an acoustic guitar, maybe an acoustic piano, and just do the things. I mean, do things from Garth that we know, like looking back on the memory of, and things from James Taylor, like there is a young cowboy and he lives on the range, and just do different songs and even try some new stuff for people that they've never heard before, that hopefully you can just try out on them and see, like the old club days.
Is this part of the reason why you're taking a year off? Do you need the break? Do you want the break?
I don't need the break, and if I did, I damn sure wouldn't tell it. I wouldn't admit it, because I want to do this forever. But do I want the break? No, I don't want the break. I love what I do. I can do this. I can do this forever, and it'll be the situation around me, God, the people, that will quit first, because I'll want to do it forever. But the 3 reasons why I'm taking this break are my 3 little girls.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I need to be with them. It's not for them, it's for me. I need to be with them. They're doing gymnastics, and they're learning cartwheels and stuff, and they need their dad to, you know, when they're doing their cartwheels, to be there for them and get kicked in the head, and keep working with them till they can do them, and they can remember that, you know.
You need to be with your mum too at this time. Your mum wasn't too well this year.
Yeah, I told the people last night that my respect and my pride for my mom over 36 years was dwarfed by this year. Seeing what she went through, the decision she made, her decision, she had been battling cancer for 4 years and had 2 bouts with it before, with radiation. And this time they were either going, she either had 6 months to live, or she was going to have to lose her tongue and her voice box, which for a singer, which my mom was one of the best I have ever heard. Any singer, no matter how old you get, the last thing you want to do is the voice box. And she decided she was going to do it, and she was going to fight. And she did it for a lot of reasons, but I think she did it, too, for the fact that Mom is a celebrity, and people are watching her. And if she laid down and let this thing win, then, you know, she's got people that are looking up to her. So I was real proud of the decision she made. And the best day and the worst day of my year all happened within 24 hours. She had to sign for her voice box to be removed. And right before the surgery, she signed for it, and she cried the whole time she signed for it. And when they opened her up in surgery, they found that the cancer actually had not went to her throat, but it went up toward her brain. So they got it all. The doctors say they got it all. But when she came out, she couldn't talk because a third of her tongue is gone. So the nurse leans over and tells her, the first thing she tells her is, "We didn't take your voice box." And Mom couldn't talk, but the tears just started popping out, and her feet started wiggling real fast. And again, the worst part of my year was 14 hours before that, and then the best part of my year came 14 hours later. So now she's they said it would take her 4 months to swallow again. She's already starting to eat solid foods. And they said it would take her 2 months to even talk. And she was running the hospital after about 7 days after being there. So she's very strong, she's very tough. And Mom has always been, hey, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. But this was the first time in my life where I actually saw her had to turn around and do it herself. And to take on, she's a little lady, so she's 5'2", 5'3", and maybe 100 pounds. And to take on a beast like cancer and whip it, I've never been more proud of my mom for that. So she's beautiful. She said to say hi, and she's sorry that she can't come. She wanted to come, but the doctors wouldn't let her. She wanted to fly the plane, but the doctors wouldn't let her.
You're going to buy her a house in Ireland, of course, aren't you?
Mom and Dad never asked for anything, but they have asked to see if they could get a house here. So definitely that's something that I would like to look at in this year off as far as, yeah, I'm definitely going to get them back over here, at least a vacation, and then see if they want to pick it, because again, thanks to God and the people, we can afford, you know, to do that for them, and I'm sure it's a house that I'll be bumming around, you know, in it too.
You're welcome to our glass anytime.
Thank you.
This year that you're taking off, what happens to all the entourage? What happens to the fan club? What happens to the Garth Brooks management? They're all unemployed for a year.
Well, you got to remember, these guys have been going for 10 years, so they get the year off. In 1992, we started a pension plan where that if we put money in the bank and it grew interest, we could actually have these people take off and still be paid like they were employed. So they get the year off fully paid, and hopefully they can spend time with their families. And it was a plan we all had. You got to remember, all these people were the same people that were there 8 years ago. So these people invested in this plan, and they just treated it like a crop. They watered it, they tended it, and it grew, and now they can harvest it and take the year off and be with their families.
Well, fair play. The fans will never desert you. I have a couple of fans in the audience. I want you to meet these people here.
Deal.
Where's Jared Cromwell and Sinead Gilday? They're down here. Now, how long have you two been going out together? You're from Balbriggan?
Yeah.
That's right. How long have you been going out together?
3 years.
3 years, yeah.
You said 2,
Three.
you said 3.
Three.
Oh, 3, sorry.
3.
And you're huge Garth Brooks fans, aren't you?
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah. Now, you were at his concert in Dublin, but you didn't get to Belfast.
No, I was at the 3 of them in Dublin.
The 3 of them in Dublin. Now, Jared, you've something to ask Sinead, and you wanted to ask her this question in the presence of Garth.
I did, yeah. Because apart from me, well, actually, He's probably the most popular person in our life.
After you?
After me,
After
yeah.
you. So what is it you want to say to her, and could I suggest you do it properly?
Right, yeah, I know what you mean. I know it's Friday the 13th. It's not supposed to be very lucky. But this would make me the luckiest man in the world. Will you marry me?
Put it on it, put it on it. Congratulations, you're now officially engaged. You have one request of Garth. You want to ask Garth one thing.
Yeah.
Just to finish off the day for you.
The first song that we danced to was If Tomorrow Never Comes, and if you could just play that for us. Yeah. And as well as that, I just have one other question. Could you just give her a kiss? Please.
Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you.
Oh, God.
All right.
Wow.
That's a good one.
I'm going to say, I hope both of you plan on working quite a while to pay for that one.
Could you fulfill their dream
Sure.
and give us
Happy
If Tomorrow
to.
Never Comes?
Happy to. Thanks for letting me be a part of that. The second most popular man in her life. Sometimes late at night, I lie awake and watch her sleeping. Don't do that. She's lost in peaceful dreams, so I turn out the lights and lay there in the dark. And the thought crosses my mind, if I never wake up in the morning, would she ever doubt the way I feel about her in my heart? If tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I loved her? Did I try in every way to show her every day that she's my only one? And if my time on earth were through, she must face this world without me, is the love I gave her in the past gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes? So tell that someone that you love just what you're thinking of if tomorrow never comes.
Thanks for that.
That's sweet. Thank you. That was cool.
On that little emotional note, we're going to take a break. More from Garth in a couple of minutes. See you then. Bye.
Back soon. Dairy Gold.
Hygiene-related health problems are on the increase. A health spokesperson said it's a year-round problem, but the mild weather hasn't helped. Many of these cases are preventable. The reality is that they're not being prevented.
New Domestos' advanced formula's longer-lasting protection kills all known germs, even E. coli and Listeria.
New solutions from Radox. Now there's a solution for every problem.
Even when you tumble, you can still hang on to your favourite comfort freshness with Comfort Tumble Dryer Sheets. Now including the invigorating fragrance of Comfort Vitality. Tumble in comfort freshness.
Starting Sunday, Dunn stores are giving away 20 family day trips to meet Santa in Lapland. Simply collect 5 special stamps. There's one with every £10 spent in Dunn stores. Then enter your child's festive picture or letter to Santa, and you could be off to Lapland with Dunn stores.
You could tell it blindfold.
She wore blue